Assalamu alaikum. I'm recording this lecture for the topic of VPN remote access. So for example, if we have two different networks, a public network and a private network, and in this case, our office and the servers that are at our office, they are actually in a private network. I do not want the public to access it. But I have some employees, let's say they're working from their homes. So in that case, they will be using the public network that is going to be the internet. So how can I ensure their connectivity with my private network? So in this tutorial, I'm going to explain how do we do this. So let's get started. Now, the first thing we need to have a single server or maybe two server, depends on the needs. So you can select them. Then we need a switch. So let's just quickly select it. Then we need routers. So I will just select two routers here. And then let's say, I'll just explain it for a single laptop. You can connect multiple laptops to in this case. So let's select a switch. And then we can choose a laptop. Right, so we can connect them from this cable. Now, the next thing is we need to give the IP addresses to the servers and to this laptop. So we do that. And if you look at this diagram, in total, we are going to have three different networks, right? So the first network is on the right-hand side, which is for the servers. And another network is on the left-hand side, where you can see this laptop connected to the browser. And then you have a third network that is between two different routers. So for these three different networks, we are going to assign them different IP addresses. So I'm writing them here. And you can also follow the same IP addresses. If you want to change, you can do that. So let's say this is our first network. So the IP address starts with 192.168.1.1. Then I can assign this laptop the IP address of 1.2. So that's it for this network. Now let's move to the second network, which is on the right hand side. So we can assign like 2.1. That's going to be a different network. We can give the server as 2.2 and the second server 2.3. Right, so we are done with assigning the IP addresses to the two networks. Now it's the time between these two routers. It's going to be a different network this time. So let's just start with 10.1.1.1 for this side, for this interface. And for the other router, we can say 10.1.1.2. So these are the IP addresses that I'm going to assign to these devices. So let's quickly move to the configuration and give them the IP addresses. So let's start with the laptop first. Desktop, IP configuration, and then we write the IP address here. So it's 1.2, subnet mask is for class C. And yeah, in this case, if you look at here, the default gateway is going to be the interface that is towards this switch. And we have given this IP address, this one. So this is going to be a default gateway for all of the devices that will be a part of this network. So let's come over here and write the default gateway 192.168.1.1. So we're done with this. After this, we'll just quickly move to the servers and we'll give them the IP addresses, and the procedure is quite similar to the one that we just gave for the PC. So we'll come over here and write the IP 192.168.2.2. Subnet mask will be automatically given. And here in this case, the default gateway is going to be 2.1. So I'll close this and in our desktop, configuration. So 2.3, so I'm going to write 2.3 here. 2.1 is going to be the default gateway. So I'll close this. So now I need to configure the two routers here. So in this case, I'll first start with this router. And as you can see here, we have two interfaces. Like on the right hand side, we have G0-0-0. And on the left hand side, we have G0-0-, sorry, on the right hand side is 0-0-1. And on the left hand side, 0-0-0. So what we'll do is we will assign these two IP addresses to these interfaces. So let's quickly go back to this. You can either do this from CLI, you can choose the config method. I think it's more easy, so I'll choose this one. Right, so I'll select here this interface. This is Gigabit Ethernet 0-0-0. So the port is off right now. I'll just select this on, and I'll write the IP address. So for 0-0-0, it's if I can show you, it's 10.1.1.2. So I'm going to write this here, 10.1.1.2, and that's it. Now I'll just click on this Gigabit Ethernet 0-0-1 port, and you need to write the IP address 192.168.2.1. Great, so we're done with this. Then we'll do the same thing for the other router. So we'll come over here, select config, we'll select this Gigabit Ethernet 0-0-0. And now if you can see this router, so on 0-0-0, we have IP address 192.168.1.1. You have to on the port, then 0-0-1, click on and write the IP address for the other interface. So in this case, it's 10.1.1.1. Great, so we're done with the basic configuration. And now what I need to do is I want this laptop to access the resources of my private network through the VPN. Okay, so for this purpose, what I have to do is I have to work on this router, which is here in the center, and I will apply different settings. I do have the instructions with me, the commands with me. I'll share it with you, and when you'll be following this tutorial, you can actually follow those instructions. That's simply a copy paste. So I'm coming over here, and first of all, let me change the name of this. So let's say this is HQ or headquarter. So I'm going to change this. Great. And after this, this is one more thing I just wanted to inform is like right now with these settings, even the fact that we've assigned the IP addresses, but this laptop will not be able to connect to the servers. And the reason is why, because we did not use the IP route. So when you're having more than two routers, you have to give IP route. Okay, that's more kind of a direction to these routers, like where do they need to send the packets. It's really important, and definitely we're going to do that. But for now, before we do that, I just want you to move towards the VPN settings that we're going to apply on this headquarter router. So I'll select this router, and then what I have to do is I'll come over here at the CLI and just press enter. So it's here. Now, what we need to do is we have a list of instructions, set of instructions that I will share with you, and you have to just copy paste them. Okay, their sequence is really important, and I have mentioned the steps, so just follow them in the order. So let's come over here. We have the first step. So in the first step, you're going to create this. Just copy it. Go back to the packet tracer. You can paste it. Right. So once you paste it, after this, again, go back to the document, and we have step 2. So we're going to apply this step 2, copy it, and paste it. Great. So after this, go back again for step 3 and step 4. And yeah, step 3 is here, like it's the local pool, VPN pool, and we have a set of IPs. For example, if I want to allow 50 users within a certain range of IPs, you can change it. Again, it's not compulsory that you can go with the same IPs. You can change it, and that's again your choice. So you can copy it, you can paste it again here. After this, come to the step 4. Copy these commands, paste them. Great. So once we're done with this, after step 4, before entering the next instruction, you have to press exit. All right. So press exit, and then I'll go back to the text document. And I'll copy the step 5 and paste it into the packet tracer. And after this step, again, you have to do the exit. So I'll do the exit. I'll go back for step 6 and copy these commands and I'll paste it. Right. Once you're done with this step, after this, there's one more thing that you need to do. Okay. So let me explain that. We have 2 statements here. Well, it's the interface that will be connected to the public network. All right. So if I show you the diagram, in my case, the headquarter router, it's this IP, or you can say this address or this interface T0-0-0. So this interface will be connected to the public network. All right. So what I will do is I will write this. Okay, so I will write interface T0-0 and crypto map 1. So I'll just copy this and I'll go back to here. And right, once we are done, the configuration, the settings for the VPN has been done. And now there are 2 things left, so we'll just quickly do that. We'll go back to the routers, these 2 routers, and we'll actually give them the IP root. So I'll just come over here at this router, I'll go to the config, I'll go to static. And now, for example, let me explain the concept of this. You know, the traffic, the data from this laptop will be forwarded from this router 1, and then it will be forwarded to the headquarter router, and then it will enter into the network. So what you have to do is, where your data packet is going, you need to give the address of that network. So in that case, the network ID for this office network is going to be 192.168.2.1. Okay. And the mask in this case is going to be, since this is from class C class, so that's 255.255.255.0. And the next hop is going to be where your router is going to get the data packets from. Okay, so what I will do is I'll write them over here in the next hop. So for example, if your data is coming from your laptop from the left side of the network, obviously it is going to enter into the second network, which is on the right side, and that's like the office network from this headquarter router. So we have 2 IPs here. From where it's coming is 10.1.1.1, and it will enter into this network, into this from 10.1.1.2. So what I'll do is, since it is entering from this side, so I'm going to write this 10.1.1.1. Just select this add. All right, so in this case, how do we do this is think of from where your data is moving, like from which network to the other network. So for example, in this case, here on this router HQ, so for example, the data is going to enter from the left, right hand side from the servers, and it will be forwarded from this HQ to the router one, and then it will then go to the laptop. So in this case, uh, the network ID will be where your traffic is going actually. So it's going to be 192.168.1.0, and your hop with reference to this HQ router, the next hop is going to be 10.1.1.1. You write it here in the config static and you just add it. So I'll do the same thing for the other router. I'll just come over here, config, static, look at this diagram. So this is going to enter into this network, which is 192.168.2.0, and the mask is going to be 255.255.255.0, and the next hop in this case is going to be 10.1.1.2. So I'll write this here, 10.1.1.2, and I'll use that. Okay, so once you're done, this means now both of these networks, they can communicate with each other. Great. So almost everything is done. Just one thing is left, which is we have to configure this laptop for the VPN. So you click on the laptop or the device, which is there in the network. Click on a VPN, and now you have to add some details into here. So group name in this case is, if you go back to the instructions, you can easily find that. So in my case, group, yeah, it's here. See, group is new, and the key for the group is new123. So I'll be using this. Okay. Here, group name is new, and the group key was new123. Host is this IP address of the router from where the public data or the public traffic is going to get into this private network. So in this case, it's 10.1.1.2. Username and password, you can find them again from the instructions here. So yeah, it's here. Username admin and password is admin. So it's like admin and admin. So I'm going to type this also at the password, and I will connect it. It'll take some time and connect this device to the VPN. So this is actually the procedure, and you can follow the same method. See, it is showing now VPN is connected. So this is the same method you can follow if you want to create, or if you want to connect a private network to the public network. And there's one more thing that I would like to show is, like, for example, if I send some data packets from this laptop to the server, just click on the simulation, and if I just, let me edit the filters. I don't want to see the others, so I just uncheck them. Close this, play this. So this will give me a lot of information. All right, so let me stop here, and if I click on this, see the inbound PDU details. It is showing me the source IP address. It's showing me the destination IP address. All right. And similarly, if you click on this outbound PDU details, now this is the IP that we assigned for the VPN, if you remember. Okay. So this is like a kind of verifying like whatever you implemented is working. Thank you.